Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another rather gray, dull Minnesota winter day. The sky is kind of featureless at the moment, just sort of gray clouds. Nevertheless, the sky is always interesting to look at, which reminds me of a story about Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, the Hasidic master. There was a man who came to him on a regular basis, would ask for a blessing for his family or his business or whatever. And one day, Rebbe Nachman takes him over to the window, looks out the window, and says, "What do you see out there?" And the guy says, "Well, I see the marketplace down there. I see people buying and selling things. There's horses, there's wagons, fruit stands, maybe there's a bunch of merchandise. I mean, I see everyday life. This is what I see every day." So Rebbe Nachman says to him, "Did you look up at the sky today?" The guy looks at him rather puzzled and says, "What do you mean, look at the sky? I don't have time to look at the sky." "Well," says Rebbe Nachman, "all of that stuff you see down there in the marketplace, someday that's all going to be gone. There'll be new stores and new sellers. You won't be here. Life goes on and drags and drags and drags. But what is the use of it all? What is the point of all of this if you don't even have time to look up at the sky?" Well, today we are also busy, busy, busy all the time. And looking at the sky can be interpreted in a number of ways. It can be literally go outside and look at the sky. It can also be looking up to God, which many cultures have seen the sky as the place where God lives. Not literally. I mean, God is everywhere and God is not a physical thing up in the sky. Matter of fact, the story is told, I don't know if it's true or not, that when Yuri Gagarin, the Russian astronaut, came back from space, someone asked him, "Did you see the throne of God up there?" And he said, "I looked around, but no, I didn't." I don't know if that's true or not, but no, in a literal sense, God doesn't live in the sky. But the sky makes us think beyond ourselves, something higher than us, bigger than us. And some of my most spiritual moments have been looking at sunrises, sunsets, even thunderstorms. But a lot of us, we don't take the time to do that. For a lot of us, every time we look up, all we see is the ceiling because we spend our time indoors in front of a screen, in front of a TV or a computer, and we don't have time to go out and look at the sky. Those of you who read my blog or who have read the description to these videos know I refer to something called nature deficit disorder, which is not a term I made up. It's not a real, medical diagnosis. It's something made up by a guy Louv, I think was his name, Louv, who said that we are having a problem with not being exposed to nature enough. That for thousands of years we lived close to nature. We worked in the outdoors. We saw trees, flowers, birds, and things on a daily basis, and everybody looked up at the sky. But nowadays, some of us go from our house to our car, to the office, to the car, to home, and we don't really have connections with nature, and that this is making us very mentally unstable in many ways. We're depressed. We aren't connecting with each other. We aren't connecting with the world. We're not connecting with God. And so Rebbe Nachman's advice is very good. Take time every day. Look up at the sky. Have you looked up at the sky today?